This is Gary Carburetor, and in this video I will be laying out my 7-point case for why yesterday's shooting of Donald Trump may be fake. I think we can gloss over why there could be a conspiracy theory here. The theory's pretty obvious. Once we saw the video and the pictures from yesterday, that video is going to look great in his campaign ad, and the pictures are going to look great on a t-shirt. This bit of news can sure help him, and he knows that his base feeds off of this kind of stuff. The deep state against all of them, and having someone as the enemy. You can easily just say that the audience was happy to see that Trump was okay. But I think they were excited that someone took a shot at him in the first place to make him look more like a warrior. And you know all those pictures where they put Trump's face on a bunch of action heroes? I remember when he was playing Superman about 3 years ago. They were making him seem like he was superhuman.
This is a Super Saiyan, and this is what is known as a Super Saiyan that has ascended
The assault in the past few hours has been incredible. Seeing all these liberals get so upset that the president survived the coronavirus, and not only survives, but this incredibly powerful. Everybody's calling this fascistic, everybody's saying this is what Mussolini would do, and it's like, yeah, it's called national pride. It's called the great leader. Showing courage and bravery and strength to the country.
Now let's get to my 7 points for what could be fake and how it could be fake. Number 1, and this is in sequential order of how the events occurred. Number 1, we hear some popping sounds that a lot of people say sounded like fireworks. This might explain how the audience didn't react the way that we see with other shooting videos. Maybe they weren't actual bullets, maybe something else, or maybe nothing. I know what some of you are thinking. That brings us to number 2. Trump hears the pops, then he puts his hand on his ear for a half a second. Looks like he kind of rubbed his ear, or maybe wiped. Number 3, we then see some red liquid on his ear, where his hand just was. There's many ways this red liquid could get on his ear. Could be something he had held in his hand. Could be just like a red liquid pellet. Maybe one of those packets of ketchup you get at McDonald's. And before you laugh too hard at that, remember Trump is kind of famous for ketchup. There were reports from the White House that he would throw ketchup when he when he got angry. Now you can laugh again. Or he could have been holding a piece of glass and actually cut his ear. Or one of the Secret Service, in quotes. Who knows? Those could have been some Trump stooges. Maybe that explains why there was a lot of women in the Secret Service there. He always surrounds himself with women. Okay, I was just making that up off the top of my head. Number 4, the next weird thing that happens after Trump was just shot. How would you react? Well, Trump starts pumping his fist in the air. He seems unfazed, not in shock. Have you ever seen anyone do that? Do anything like that after being shot? Actually, what he did first, before the fist pumping, was he casually said to the Secret Service, people didn't talk about it first, but I think this is going to be the takeaway line that we're all going to remember. He says, "Let me get my shoes." And he says it twice.
Sir, I got you, sir. Let me get my shoes, sir. Hold that in your head, it's bloody. Sir, we gotta move to the bus.
And speaking of audience reaction, now if I were in the audience and someone I was a fan of was just shot, and I found out he was okay, I would just be relieved, be really stressed out too. I would not start chanting USA as they do at every rally.
Wait.
They're acting like they always act. Number 5, I got this in the comments section. He said that the red stuff there is too bright to be blood, and that blood is darker than that. I would say, yeah, it looked really bright. Or maybe it's all the beef he eats. Can my nutrition viewers weigh in on that one? Does all that iron make your blood brighter? Leading to number 6 is a quote I just found off the internet today, and it just sums up how a lot of people are feeling. And me, after a few hours into the shooting, started getting suspicious. So someone said, something is just a bit fishy about this whole thing. Very odd. I just don't believe he is that lucky. Yes, I thought of this too. When I started to just absorb everything, it's like a bullet goes right by his head, hits his ear, and then when I thought about how the shooter was trying to kill Trump by trying to shoot him in the head, and he got really close, but hardly hits him. But instead, he ends up killing someone else, not Trump, someone he didn't intend to kill, and injuring 2 more people severely. While Trump walks away, Mr. Teflon Man, he walks away with a slight injury. Just how lucky can a person be? And when you add all this up, it's just too perfect. And that leads us to number 7, the last point. Look who we're talking about. Mr. Fake News himself. He'd be just the kind of person to do this. He'd be the kind of person to love this happening to him so he can take advantage of it. This is what he's done his whole life. Whole life. His mind is all about manipulating people. That's why, even if this shooting was real, this one really shows his personality. That being shot didn't stop him from thinking to take advantage of this as the cameras are rolling. So there you have it. What do you think about this list? Leave a comment, share the video, and also take this opportunity to get your Trump Purple Heart Martyr Mug. Get it now while they last. I put this together myself, and I probably will have another video for you on the shooting tomorrow. In the meantime, you can watch my live video from yesterday.
Happening with President Trump, it looks like there may be, hard to tell, but it looks like maybe a little bit of blood on his face, but you can see him fully capable, fully in his faculties. Walks out of there, it's the Secret Services.
Oh, this guy, man. This guy. Yeah, the guy who tried to get you killed. He's being checked at a medical facility, but never quite enough. That's a Rush lyric I got in there. Yeah. I'd like to tell her what's un-American. This didn't come out of nowhere. Violence begets violence. Natural consequences. This happened because of all of the un-American things that Donald F. Trump has done. This country cannot stand with this kind of shit. He is the one that has done the damage. When they were hunting down Pelosi, the Republicans didn't say anything about that. And when one of his people tried to kill Pelosi's husband, MAGA people, his people, are still talking about that as if it was a good thing. Praying. Thoughts and prayers.